Okay, it's been 3 or 4 days since we've had one chemtrail that I've seen. Now all of a sudden to the north, we're getting saturation of... They can't be contrails. Contrails will not last this long. Okay, and if you look around, they're pretty much peppered throughout the sky in various places. And it's almost as if they're trying to see what the weather currents are doing, or the weather pattern, or jet stream, or whatever. But it's pretty strange that contrails will last as long as they're lasting. I mean, we're talking about basically clouds being created by contrails. And I don't care what anybody says, until you show me that it's feasibly possible for it to happen with the severity and the amount that it's happening, I'm just not going to believe it. I mean, normal commercial traffic still flying about the same altitude as these guys that are creating these little pops. Oh, here we go. Here's a real nice one. Guess he must have hit a left turn only there. But as you can tell, they're definitely watching the wind currents or atmospheric conditions or whatever. Who knows? They are up to some, because there's just no way that we get 4 days with perfect conditions for contrails to turn into clouds. We get none. Then all of a sudden, when conditions aren't right for contrails to turn into clouds, that's what we've got. It's way too hot. Humidity is not that high. It's just amazing. I mean, it almost leaves me speechless with the amount that we're being assaulted. It seems to be every 3 to 4 days they get their saturation.
Keep left onto I-405 south.
And then they move somewhere else. For 3 to 4 days, we get a break. And then they're back again. And as you can see, they're back with a vengeance. Now, why is no other plane in the sky making these long contrails like that? And there's tons of commercial traffic. LAX is right down there. Burbank Airport is over there. Pacific Ocean, look, there's a commercial airline right there. Not a wisp of anything coming off him. Now, I realize he's not at the same altitude as the other, but he had to divert his flight.
Continue 4.6 miles, then exit on ramp to Sentinel Leader Boulevard.
There's a possibly normal contrail. I don't know, people, just keep your eyes to the sky. They're just not telling us something. Now, be it for, I don't know, communications. I was reading somewhere that NASA has some new communication satellites that'll be bouncing lasers all over the universe in order to communicate around the world in real time. Now, all of a sudden, he's turned that one off. What, there's no humidity over there? Conditions aren't, what, below 70 degrees over there? I don't know. Just not normal. Sorry, just not normal. Well, driving into the chemtrail, contrail, whatever the hell you want to call them. I call them chemtrails. That's all there is to it. I mean, at least they're being consistent in the direction they're going. I guess no planes fly north and south. All they do is fly southeast and northwest. This is all the stuff I'm complaining about. All of that. It's just not right. And you can see back here where it's all started to congeal and it's all coming together. Well, they've been working on that since this morning, meaning the southern skies. The northern skies, this is all new. And as you can see, it's starting to congeal and become massive cloud fronts. They have to be manipulating the weather. That's all there is to it. There's no other explanation. If they're gassing us, hey, what are we going to be able to do about it? Run around with gas masks? Who knows? But I think they're just manipulating the weather, testing wind patterns, checking out their HARP system, not checking out their communications or whatever. I don't know. I just don't get it. Anyhow, everybody, same thing. Keep your eyes to the skies. Report it. Complain. Talk to your congressman. Talk to your senators. Talk to your local officials. Contact your local radio stations, TV stations. Talk to their meteorologists. See what they have to say about all this. I've tried Dallas Raines and got no reply back, so I don't know if they block his email so he can't reply back, or if they put me in a spam, or who knows what. But anyhow, this is what we're dealing with on a daily basis. Well, there's classic chemtrails right there. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, they made all these clouds. The sky was perfectly crystal clear all day, all afternoon. There were some isolated chemtrails being thrown out. Now they've covered the whole sky, and we will have overcast skies tonight, thanks to whoever is up to that crap. And it isn't normal. I don't care what anybody says. Jazz Rock and any of those other people, you are full of crap. Because there's no way that's normal. I remember back in the 70s, they used to do missile site testing off the northwestern coast of California. And we'd see the same crap from those missiles. But these aren't missiles, these are chemtrails. Sorry, chemtrails. Not contrails, chemtrails. And they're everywhere. And this is LA traffic. Welcome to LA, go home. It's disheartening looking at this and thinking that all this is going to settle down somewhere. Whatever it is going to settle, or just end up doing whatever the hell it's meant to be doing. I don't know. I see weather manipulation more than anything else. I always thought that was illegal. Thought they weren't allowed to do that, but good old Bush changes the law to suit himself. Oh well. Eyes to the skies, people.
Don't you think? So, yeah. I mean, eventually it's got to make a difference, you'd think. Oh, another distraction, speaking of which. Check this out. This is the sunset today in Southern California. And we had that big bank of low cloudiness, and you can see it there.
That's a good distraction.
Yeah, and you know, you're right. And between that and the text messages from Rick Garcia, I can barely stay focused.
Yeah, he texts every day. He texts, go in the hole.
He texts his little Garcia-isms.
Yeah.
The low cloudiness and middle and high clouds just made for a great sunset tonight, so we had to share it with you here on Fox 11 News. And it is one of those days that really points up the cooling trend that we spoke of yesterday. Look at the difference just from yesterday to today. And we've really dropped off. As you know, we had that record heat over the weekend, and yesterday was 86, today just 71. Burbank climbed into the 80s yesterday, just the 70s today. Same story in Long Beach. And Fullerton from 87 to 75 today. Now, gusty winds have also accompanied that change in our weather, and it's prompted a wind advisory that will continue through mid-afternoon tomorrow. LA and Ventura County mountains, north-northwest winds. These are 20 to 40 miles an hour. There could be stronger gusts. In fact, again, the I-5 and particularly the high desert community is affected by this quite dramatically even later tonight. So that's what's going on in terms of our big change. A wintry mix continues to affect the northeast. Back to the west, of course, while it is cooler, it's still fairly mild by comparison. And of course, as I mentioned last night, it's these areas of low pressure spinning through, as well as the eddy circulation, that will produce all of this cooling and windy conditions as mentioned as well. So I'd expect us to stay cool right through the end of the week.